Alrighty YouTube, another one of Kip's Clips. So on Sunday's show I was touching a wee bit on the symbolism in and around Glasgow, George Square. In George Square you've got a statue of Rabbie Burns. I looked a wee bit into Rabbie Burns and found out a lot of information. The fact he was the first poet laureate of the Masons. He's celebrated as such and celebrated worldwide as being a renowned poet. So arguably he was put in that position, or rose to that position via his membership and help from fellow Masons at the time. Also, if you look at the time Rabbie Burns was around, you've got his connections and support for the French Revolution. I don't think there's much debate that the French Revolution was a Masonic revolution. He was in and around the central belt of Scotland at the time. That had strong connections to the American Revolution with its Masonic ties as well. And he was at the forefront and a pioneer of the Romantic movement, the Romanticism at the time, which in hindsight looks to be put into place to revolt the Age of Enlightenment, which was happening with the aristocracy coming more round to the scientific way of thinking, celebrating individualism, not tradition. Their biggest target was the Catholic Church. So you have Rabbie Burns being a Mason and being a pioneer of a movement to counter the Age of Enlightenment, who you could argue that you could go and look into that movement. You probably have a problem with the aristocracy there, believing in the birthrights of people and stuff. Fair enough. But what you had in place was, what the Masons had to replace it, I believe, was worse. So what I'm quickly going to do is just run you through a wee bit of quick information about Rabbie Burns. Now here's a picture of him in his Masonic regalia. Now you might go, oh, this could be a picture of anybody and stuff. Well, what you'll find is if you come over to the National Trust for Scotland, I mean, there's no debating that Rabbie Burns was a Mason. I mean, it's historical fact as far as we can tell. And what you'll get is pictures of that's the lodge he was initiated in, and you also, this is straight from the National Trust, get the pictures of him in his Masonic regalia. You also, he went to many lodges. I'm trying to find a bit of information that I just found. And now I can't find it. Where the hell did I find that? Burns Street. Yeah, here it was here. The Masonic lodge that he was initiated in is no longer around. It was St David's Lodge number 174 of Tarbolton, and it was situated in what is now known as Burns Street. Now if I take you over to Burns Street, here's Burns Street here in Tarbolton. I'll just let that kick in. Here's Tarbolton. Put in Tarbolton, go into Ayrshire. You shall find that this was, Burns had stayed in a farm near to here. I don't know exactly where it was. And here you have Burns Street. Now this is where his initial lodge was. As you'll see if this eventually kicks in, there's no lodges around here anymore. But you don't have to go far. You don't have to go far to find a lodge that Burns also went to. I don't know the exact histories of this, but here you have Burns Street. If you come along to Montgomery Street, and I'll just take you a wee drive down Montgomery Street and I'll show you one of the lodges that Burns would have been in. So you just want to come down, looking for the spar. There's the spar there, so you want to just come one forward That's the Spar shop. If you turn round here. Now, how do I know this is a Masonic lodge? How would you know it's a Masonic lodge? Right, well, so they'll have that. I am imagining, I don't know this, I've not seen any pictures. I hope to visit this one day, but this will be a plaque talking about how Rabbie Burns has been there. There you can clearly see the compass and set square. I'll leave a link for all this down below. A really good resource I've recently came over is this. Now this, let me see, this is the lodge that you're just looking at there, Lodge St James, G.U.N.N Bolton 135. That is that lodge there. I mean, you can find out a lot of, but interestingly enough, one of the lodges that also claims, well, Burns would have been here at some point, and over time it's taking on the number of Lodge 133. So it's got that special 33 number in there, as this is officially known as like the Burns official lodge. I'll leave a link for all this down below as well. This is a cracking resource. This has got all the lodges and numerical order of Scotland. Now, just out of curiosity, let's see if we can find Lodge 33. Oh Jesus, this might not work. Need to move this a wee bit. Let's see if there's a lot. There's 233, Lodge Hamilton. There's 33-1, St Peter. There's 332. Well, that's in Shettleston. 333. That's in Knightswood. Jesus, that's just that's kind of close to me. And there you've got the Knights Templar symbology. But I'll leave a link for that down below anyway. So back to Burns. Now, this is the Lodge 133. This is their official website, Lodge 133. Here you have Loudon Street and Barskimming Road. So you come over onto the map. Now this is just another wee tangent. I talked about this in the show, and the links between the Knights Templar and Freemasonry. Now you have Loudon Street. Now a lot of people in Glasgow will be familiar with the name Loudon, right? I won't go into why, but a lot of people will now. I'm trying to trace back the furthest known use of this word and the connection of the Masonic doctrine, and the furthest I can trace it back to is the Battle of Loudon. Battle of Loudon Hill. Now, I believe that the Knights Templar, Robert the Bruce allied himself with the Knights Templar, and that led to his many and unexpected military victories with a lot of less numbers. The Battle of Bannockburn, the idea is that he had a lot of the Knights Templars dressed up as peasants, and that's how he won the battle. The Battle of Loudon. Now, at the same time, Robert the Bruce didn't recognise the Pope. The Pope didn't recognise Robert the Bruce because he killed his main rival to the throne 2 weeks before his coronation. That's when he was made an outlaw by King Edward I, I believe, the English king, and Pope Clement the second, third, something, I can't remember. Pope Clement at the time excommunicated him or something. This was the same year the Pope and the King of France, Philippe, I believe, were burning the Knights Templar at the stake. So like Scotland was the only country in Europe at the time that didn't recognise the Pope via Robert the Bruce's excommunication. It's a hard leap of faith that a lot of the Knights Templars, when they came to Scotland, it was the only place where the Pope didn't hold any weight and couldn't get them sent to their death or what have you. So there's another wee just coincidence about Robert Burns Lodge number 133. This is Mauchline or something. I can't pronounce the name of it properly, and Scottish people will be disgusted with me. There's Mauchline there, and there is Tarbolton. Burns Farm was around here. I haven't actually looked at it yet, but it is around here. He had a few farms and stuff. But anyways, so back to his lodge here. You go back into the ancient area of the town, and you've got Loudon Street. Is that name street? Is Loudon Street named after the hill of Loudon, the Battle of Loudon Hill, with Robert the Bruce? That was his first victory over the English. Is this the first involvement of the Knights Templar, then to become Masonry in Scotland? Was this their first battle under Robert the Bruce? That's what I believe. Let's see a wee bit about more Robert Burns. This is more about what I wanted to bring on as well is to socialism and stuff now. I've decided to do this in small snippets. So the next one, what I'm going to do is the links to socialism and how Romanticism, the Romantic movement, then led to radicalism and socialism and liberalism. That was the political fallout of the Romanticism movement era. The political fallout was the rise of the socialism, liberalism and radicalism. All these isms brought out of Romanticism, the Romantic movement, a Masonic movement that helped the French Revolution, the American Revolution, and changed the political landscape in Britain forever. Very interesting time. And Glasgow was the second city of the empire at the time. Closest link to America at the time, because it had 2 weeks head advantage with the trade winds that you could gather from Glasgow. So Glasgow was the most important trading city of the empire with America at the time, and that's how you have the close links between what's happening in Glasgow, Germany, the rest of Europe with the Romanticism movement, France, French Revolution, the American Revolution. Also what you have in the UK at the time as well, can't remember the exact date, I can find it, the Battle of Waterloo. Let's see if I can find the Battle of Waterloo. Yeah, the Battle of Waterloo, 1815. The Battle of Waterloo was the period when the Rothschilds bought up all the London Stock Exchange with their wee bit of skullduggery, wee bit of jiggery pokery. When they had word back that Wellington had won, they spread the rumour that Napoleon had won. The stocks in the London Stock Exchange fell. They bought up all the stocks. Then when the real news that Wellington had won filtered through, boom, the stocks raised, and the Rothschilds banking family were then top dogs in the London Stock Exchange. Now this is all historical fact. I don't think I mean, it's all here to see if you've got the time to spend, and I think it's just as important as well, because I believe the same forces that were behind the revolutions, the social change, the social engineering that was happening at the time, I believe the exact same forces are getting put in play at the moment. Now Burns to this day is still celebrated as an idol, as a Scottish idol. As an individual, who knows? He might have been a lovely guy. He might have been brilliant. He's writing, but ultimately, what his writings and the movement he was associated with has been used for, I believe, has been bad for the human species as a whole. His ideas and ideology has helped to bring us away from God and more to corporatism. And people know I'm not the biggest fan of any religious institutions or any. Well, I'm running out of time. But so if this makes any sense, I'm hopefully going to do a few wee snippets like this. The next one will be the links to socialism and stuff. So thumbs it up, share it on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, if you're glad I brought the information to your attention. Subscribe to my channel down below to keep up to date with the latest news and updates. Check out Facebook, Twitter links, good way to keep in touch if they shut the channel down. Check out the radio show link, G.U.N.N, Glasgow Underground News Network, live every Sunday on truthfrequencyradio.com. Catch me and Kev there. And leave me all your comments below, good, bad, ugly and indifferent. Let me know what you think, and any other information. All links will be below as well. Alrighty YouTube, thanks for listening. Catch you.